sleep, I do my homework, I go to class on time. I actually only missed one class as well, which is pretty unusual. So if you guys take care of your bodies now, at your ages, I mean, the sky's the limit. Seriously. You know, if you guys know these things before some of the pro guys know these things, and you buy into it, I'm telling you, Kent, who you met earlier, I mean, he works with some of the top Clippers players. You name it. Blake Griffin, you know, whoever. And that's pretty amazing. And those guys get it. You know, they get it because it works. You know, Jordan Farmer is a great guy from UCLA, and he runs camps with kids, little 6-year-olds. He has the little 6 and 8-year-olds doing yoga. Can you imagine 50 8-year-old kids out with their yoga mats on a basketball court trying to manage all that? Yeah, we did it. It was pretty awesome. So, you know, if you guys start now, I think it's great. You know, and this is simple. Go get one, $9, own one. You can be in the middle of nowhere and do yoga. It's really easy. You know, and that's hopefully what I can give you guys is something to walk away with so you can go home and on your own for an hour do your own thing. You know, and not be able to have too much, you know, high maintenance stuff you have to do. So, do you guys have fun? I'm really, really impressed. I'll be honest, this is like a really good group. Some people struggle a lot more than we did. I didn't think it was going to be this, let's say, easy or smooth to pick up for you guys, and you did really well. So, how do your bodies feel right now? Just relax? Yeah, it's so weird. We call it Zen. I mean, Zen is no joke, right? You get in this mode of like you're relaxed but worked, and you kind of are de-stressed, and it's like nothing matters really. You know, LA's a crazy place to live. I'm telling you right now, you're going to head out on the 405, and there's traffic, and there's smog, and there's stressed out people, but you know, you work out, you feel life is good, right? You just kind of chill. Okay, so Donald told me to wear you guys out. I have to tell you, he's like, make sure you work them hard. I'm like, don't worry, they're going to get a good workout. So you can give them feedback about that. You tell them it's no joke. But yeah, you guys did great. Did really well. I enjoy it. You know, this is to me nothing better for you to be able to say, yeah, I met this past WNBA player. She played at Stanford USA basketball, and I've affected your lives. You know, and that's, to me, that's pretty powerful to know that I've introduced you to something brand new. You've never done this before, and you now believe in it, and you're going to hopefully do it on your own. It's a good experience, you know, a good feeling. So, you guys did great. I'm very proud of you. You hung in there. So Ken is actually coming back, I think at like 11:15, 11:30, somewhere in there. If you guys have any questions for him too, obviously for me, you know, what has it been like to play D1? What is it like to play in the States? I played overseas. I've lived overseas. We traveled everywhere with USA Basketball. We went to Slovakia, Brazil, Chetumal, Mexico, Vienna, Frankfurt. So, you know, through sports, you have a lot of opportunity. You know, the biggest thing is school. We always hear that. You have to keep your grades up, and that will always be number one. But sports do open up a lot of doors. And Ken can share a ton of stories with you. I mean, he's worked with guys that have gotten scholarships to come to UCLA. You know, and they came from not being known at all. So if you have any questions for me about school, about playing D1, about what it's like living in California, if you have stories about, you know, who did Ken work with, you know, stories about some of their players, I'm sure he has some, but feel free to ask him anything you want. And I'm sure you guys are hungry, right? Did you have breakfast, a good breakfast, before you came?
Yeah.
Enough?
It was good, but they had breakfast.
Good. Yeah, I'm really big into nutrition, so I eat every 3 hours, and especially for you athletes, make sure within a half an hour, 40 minutes after you work out, you get some food in you. There's some really great places around here. There's CPK, there's actually a farmer's market around the corner I'm going to go to with my friend Sarah, and there's a lot of good options. This is considered a college town. As you know, UCLA is right there. So a lot of UCLA students walk into here, they go to a movie, you see there's a movie theater there, and then they would just walk up and down this block. So there's a lot of food options. You guys can hang out. And if you guys have any questions, or are you just kind of floating right now? Yeah.
So how was it like playing for the USA?
I'll be honest, this morning the women were playing, and I get emotional still. I mean, the best way I can describe it is you have 3 letters across your body that represent the entire United States, and you were chosen to be in those top 12 players. Typically in a tryout, you have 30 athletes that are invited to the Olympic Training Center. And the first day they cut down to, I think, 22. And then by the fourth day they cut down to 18. And they are very blunt about it. They read a list in front of everybody, and if you're not on that list, you walk out the door. So it's very difficult. I mean, the Olympic Training Center is at a very high altitude. So as far as cardiovascular, you know, you're breathing hard, you're fighting. I mean, we had some kids pass out. You know, it was very intense. And so when you finally hear your name on that final roster, I can't even describe what it means. And then to compete against Australia, Brazil, China, those were the top teams. They're really good. I mean, we beat Brazil by 5 or 6 points in the championship. And the entire arena, because we were in Brazil, we only had 10% of the fans. The entire place was packed, and they all wore the same t-shirt. It was a Brazilian colored flag t-shirt. I mean, like, man, no one's here for us. You know, like, it was just like this crazy. They had policemen surrounding the entire arena because it got so crazy. And then when we beat them, it was tough. We couldn't even get out of there. I mean, they were like, seriously had people protecting us, but just traveling, you know, getting to know people and friends. I would say half my teammates came from all different backgrounds. I mean, 15 siblings, just like different ages, different sisters and brothers, and to have that type of friendship on USA Basketball, those are my best friends for life, you know, and I think that's the biggest thing through sport is you're going to meet people you're going to know the rest of your life. But like literally, you're going to go through everything with them, through school, through bigger things down the road. So when you make these friends, don't think it's temporary. You're going to know them forever. So make those connections, you know, and appreciate it. And I think especially when you travel with people, I mean, you guys get to know each other pretty well when you travel, right? It's not like you're just going on some fun 2-day weekend. You're literally packing your bags, leaving a country, going somewhere you've never been before and seeing things you've never seen or done. And that can bring people really close because it's scary. I mean, I've lived in a country where no one spoke my language. All of my practices were in a foreign language. And I was expected to understand it within 2 weeks. Like, yeah, no problem. You know, I had a translator for 3 days, and then the owner was like, no, we don't need a translator, you'll be fine. It's, you know, so just being independent, and then that's what USA Basketball is about. You have to be very independent and be okay with, you know, we go overseas in Slovakia, our towels that the hotel had were this big, and our soap didn't sud. Like, we were like, we didn't know if it was soap or not, because it didn't work. The water is always bubbly. There's no flat water there, so we'd have to unscrew our water, shake it up at night, and then in the morning we'd have flat water, because it's kind of hard to work out on bubbly water. You know, just little things you take for granted. You know, and we had teams that were playing in Chuck Taylor shoes, and they, you know, were begging to trade shoes with us, and, you know, just being fortunate to have certain things in the States that you learn when you play USA Basketball that, you know, it's not like that everywhere, and you get that when you play pro basketball overseas too, so. Yeah, when you're watching those guys play for the gold medal, I'm telling you, it's like the best feeling ever. Because you want to be the best in the world. At the end of the day, that's what a gold medal is about. Nobody on this walking earth is better than us, period. You know, so our coach always said, it's not about you, it's about the 3 letters across your chest. Nothing else matters. You know, it's not about individual performance, it's about this group going out and proving to the world that the United States has the best basketball program ever. You know, that's pretty intense, so it's fun. I like intense things, so it's a good challenge. And you guys are amazing at traveling. I respect that. I mean, do you agree that you have some friends that probably couldn't do what you guys are doing right now? Yeah. They wouldn't be able to make it, they wouldn't figure it out, they wouldn't, yeah. So you should be proud of yourselves for being honored to be on this trip and to have these opportunities because you earned it. You know, and that says a lot about you guys as individuals, for sure. So, yeah.
So at UCLA, you had a sports scholarship?
I played for Stanford, which is okay because we're kind of competitors. But, you know, it's funny.
We're going to see Stanford next Sunday.
Good. Are you going to be in the Bay Area on Sunday?
Next Sunday, yeah.
I'm going to be there.
Hey, you're coming to the party, right?
I'm going to be there in Orinda, but then I'm also going to be in Palo Alto on Sunday. I'm going down to Palo Alto. So if you guys want to see anything specifically, actually one of my friends, Mark Madsen, is the head basketball coach there. Please let me know. It would be fabulous.
Sure.
But yeah, I mean, I would say in college, like for me, my mom went to UCLA, so that's kind of funny, but you do get really competitive. So we have the Pac-12, right? And in the Pac-12,